Oh, happy Monday there, tubers. I'm back at the old snowblower here because, like the smartest man I know, myself, which doesn't say a lot, I got everything started. Started to do everything up with this little differential thing going on, and then I realized I don't have it done right, or I thought I didn't have it done right, but apparently I didn't want to pull a light out and take a look. With a little spring clamp right here, I didn't think it was in its groove. Well, you know, like I said, smartest guy I know. But anyways, we're going to get underway and get this thing back together today and give her a little trial run out there in the snow that we have left. Apparently it's going to be warm for the next couple of days here, above zero, or above freezing, so 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so hopefully everything works out. Alright, so I'm going to get started here. I got to get all this other... I didn't get the old gasket off this thing before. This time I'm going to use my trusty old three-piece set here, the scraper thingy. That's what I'm going to call it, because that's what I called it, this scrapey thingy. I'm going to use this sucker around that thing and get the rest of the felt gasket or whatever the crap it is. Pull that shit off. So yeah, bear with me here. Gonna get noisy and watch your volume. So hopefully you can see that shit. Well, that seems like it's going to be the best I'm going to get it, so... Or else I put more effort into it and I don't want to. That's the best I'm going to give it. Anyways, yeah. Let me get some stuff ready and I'll put some gasket maker on this thing. And bear with me. Alright, so now I'm just going to run some... I was going to run gasket sealer on it, or make gasket maker on it. But I'm going to sand this down a little bit. There's still a little bit of gasket left on it. So I'll sand the edges off and go from there. Alright, so clean this up. I'm going to grab my brake cleaner. Brake cleaner is great for washing shit off, so it can be used for many things. I won't fit you down there, so you just watch. Yeah, just get some of this brake cleaner on there, wash some of this stuff off, and get some of that crud and crap that's built up inside it over the years that I've loosened off, apparently. Brake cleaner evaporates so fast. I mean, it's great for washing stuff off. Anyways, so I noticed when I got my gasket maker, it was a little cold. So it's going to be a pain in the ass to squeeze it out. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little tray to sit on top of the wood-burning fireplace stove thing. and it's going to be out of sheet metal. So I'll just cut it up and cut some 4 legs out of it, and stand it on the thing, and put the gasket maker on. So pay attention. Take a look. Yep. That's it. Just make something with 4 legs on it so I can stick on top. It'll let a little bit of heat by and hopefully heat up my gasket maker here. That way I don't melt stuff, hopefully. Just, you never know, I might leave it on there long enough for it to turn into a puddle. Oh well, we'll check in a minute. Alright, so I wiped down the one side here, the cover here. I wiped down the other side, but the big one is how hot this thing is. That's nice. It's just warm. It's not hot. This is all I wanted. It's doing its job. That's great. So I'm going to wipe down the other side here and get this gasket maker warmed up enough so it just squishes out nice and easy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep, that's it. Alright, so I realized that on the other side, the other half of this diff or whatever cover, that there's a lot more gunk and crap built up. So I'm going to grab the drill and the wire brush here and I'm going to go at her. So yeah, bear with me, a little bit of noise. Oh, bounce you around a little bit. My fingers, damn it. Yeah, old gasket in there. That's awesome. So that gasket already come apart. I didn't get a lot of fluid out of this thing when I took it apart the first time, so I bet you it leaked out. Damn thing hasn't been changed in God knows how long. I'll clean you off there. And it's all covered. Damn it. Now I'm all smudged. So let me clean this stuff up and I'll get back at her. Alright, so I've got the gasket. It's warmed up a bit, gasket maker, and yeah, I'm going to start putting some on. See how far I get. Yep. Grab my taparoo. Why? Why won't you go together now? You were fine 3 minutes ago. Huh? Yes. Oh, somebody made a boo-boo. Or not. Only a boo-boo if you can't get it back together. Oh, shoot. I'm just gonna pinch it together here so allows it to seat or set, whichever. Alright, so got it pinched. Nasty corner with everything in it. Okay, so I stuck all the bolts in this little bucket here, this little whatever plastic holder thing. I use this rust check stuff on the bolts. I mean, literally, it just leaves a coating of goop, and it stops it from rusting. So it is definitely worth the buy when you're doing all this stuff on bolts that are old and everything else that need to be changed or protected. That stuff is great. I use it on everything on the vehicles. Anytime I do work on it, the brakes or anything else, the steering suspension on the Jeep and all this crap. I just use that rust check. I got two different kinds. One is basically like WD-40 and this one is basically like undercoating. So I use the undercoating a fair bit. It does wonders for all your bolts. Keeps them from seizing up and all that crap. And some of them you don't need that shit for. You want that, what the hell's that called? Loctite. But this stuff, I just want it coated so it doesn't rust anymore. Yeah, so let me get this tightened up and we'll let it sit. Then we'll throw some gear oil in it. Once I set it down. Put the sides on. Yeah. Well, all the bolts are done up here and tightened. I'm just going to throw some gear oil in it now and see if we got any leaks. Of course, I got to wait for this shit to dry, but who knows. It gives me an idea of if I got leaks or not. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yes, it's tipped. I get that. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. Basically, I can see it anyway, so I'll be able to tell how much is in there. It's got to go pretty much just almost above the axle. Yeah. Let's take a look. I'm not seeing any leaks yet. Oops. Oop. It is just dripping because I spilt it. Yeah, I think I'm right at the top there. Well, it didn't take much. Now I won't be able to tell if I'm leaking anywhere because I overfilled it. Yeah, well, sometimes I'm just not the smartest person in the world, except in my own eyes. You know what I mean? I'm awesome. So like you do with the oil in your car, you pull that plug out of the oil pan. Remember, it's aluminum, right? Which I believe is what this is anyways. So you never want to over tighten these plugs, right? You just basically want to get them not that tight, but almost that tight. So you just want to go so it stops. Okay, so it stopped, you give it a quarter turn. That way you don't have stress cracks or a chance of breaking it. That's it. Simple. So after beating the shit out of this hugger on this one side here, because I had to knock it out to pull it apart, right? That took all of about 15 minutes to use a 2-pound sledge to get everything back in there. I've got the bolts and nuts in that little plastic container. I've sprayed it down with that undercoat crap. So now it's just take a breather. I think I'm sweaty. I actually worked. Damn it. Anyways, yeah. So once I get that shit, bolts put in and everything else, I'll get the sides on, put the bearings back on the sides, and if I had my grease gun, I don't know where it is. I grease up the bearings. One doesn't even have a nipple. And I can't squirt it in. But yeah, so just let me put these bolts in and get to the sides and the bearings and all that crap. Well, I got the bolts in there. I had to replace one because I didn't turn the auger flat, flush, whatever, the hole line up. And instead of trying to screw it in, I guess, I took a 2-pound sledge to it and just buggered up the threads. So I got another bolt inside there somewheres and, you know, lucked out. The nut screwed onto that bolt, same size. So now it's just onto the sides and the bearings and get that shit put on and give her a test drive. Or start, whatever. Hasn't run in about a week and a half. So it should start up anyways. Electric start, you know. Well, my original hiccup here, that bolt right there, from when I took it apart, it broke off. It seized right up in there, and then of course, hit it enough times, it's rusted, it'll break. Only it wasn't the bolt that broke loose, it was the shroud itself broke where it's rusted. Oh well, I'm going to work on that shit for a bit here. Or not, one or the other. I might just skip it and just put the side on. Alright, tubers, well, we're going to cut this short today. We're going to have to finish this up tomorrow. The battery died on this thing, so it looks like I'm going to have to wait till it's daylight tomorrow before I can try this anyways. But I'll get started on it and finish it up. One of the things I noticed, though, before I go and say, you know, like, share, and subscribe and all that crap, is the second stage, it would turn freely without turning the auger. Now you turn the second stage and the auger turns too. So there's just a little peek at it here. I'll just see if I can get a decent enough shot here. So when you turn the second stage, impeller on the inside, you're actually seeing the auger move, whereas before it didn't move. See that? It's entertaining. Yeah, it used to free spin before I pulled it apart. Maybe I'm binding it. Who knows? I'll find out tomorrow. But if you like this, don't forget to like it and share it and subscribe if you're new. And God knows there'll be more shit coming your way. Gotta enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Peace.